Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good Friday morning. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Brandon Libby. We have some really strong winds that are going to build in here over the next few days. Today, gusts could be up to 40 miles per hour from the south and east. We'll stay windy through tonight, and then basically looking at a 35 mile per hour gust for Saturday and Sunday. Both of those either coming in from the south or the southwest. That's going to build in some temperatures, especially for tomorrow. And also it'll bring in some humidity as the warm front comes through. Now today we're not going to see that warm front coming by. It's going to come through overnight. And so not looking at a whole lot of humidity for today, which may cut back on our severe chances, but higher humidity for Saturday and Sunday before another big drop there into Monday. So we still have a Storm Track 7 yellow alert day for today, tomorrow, and Sunday. There will be some strong to severe storm chances, mainly large hail and damaging wind gusts all 3 days, but can't rule out an isolated tornado threat, especially for Saturday and Sunday. But here's how that will play out. Basically, all 3 days, as of right now, a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. I would say the more impressive day is going to be Saturday, as that's more of an extensive level 2 out of 5 risk across the area. But again, you'll have these chances all 3 days. Let's break it down day by day. Today, again, the warm front not lifting through eastern Iowa. It's going to be more so off to our south. But where you have more of that warm and moist air is going to be southwest Iowa, northern Missouri, and that's going to be just to the east of that low pressure system. And that's more likely where severe storms will develop this afternoon, and then eventually we'll look to track to the northeast towards us, and then we'll eventually weaken. But that's where our severe chances will come into play, whether or not those severe storms can hold together as they're moving our direction, which is why the chance for severe weather will break down the further east you go, but still a level 2 out of 5 basically along into the west of I-380. Most of what we see would be a hail and wind threat with a very low threat for tornadoes here for today and really into tonight. Now, the timing on this will actually be pretty late, starting about 6 or 7 p.m. will continue after sunset to about midnight and at the latest 2 a.m. with some of these strong storm chances. And then into tomorrow, there's going to be a boundary, a front that's draped across our western and northwestern counties. And that's going to give almost everybody a threat for some severe storms in the late afternoon and evening. So again, it's looking late in the day for tomorrow. The level 3 out of 5 risk just off to our southwest. I would not be surprised in future updates if that got brought into our southern counties. We'll see what happens. But 4 storms come tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be mainly a very large hail threat, a damaging wind threat, and then you can't rule out an isolated tornado or two, but that's going to be a secondary threat compared to everything else. But there's going to be a lot of instability to work with, hence some maybe explosive storms and that higher hail threat overall. It's going to be warm and humid there for tomorrow afternoon. Come Sunday, that system is trying to lift through. It's going to come down to a few different things as far as instability is concerned. You're going to have some rain ongoing in the morning. Can that clear out? And if it does, maybe some instability will build for a round of severe weather in the afternoon and evening. Best chance right now looks to be in our southern counties along and south of Highway 30. Otherwise, as you go through future track, rain and non-severe storms expected throughout this morning. Going to be very soggy for the rest of this morning. Pockets of heavy rain possible, and then of course some lightning, so you do want to be careful outdoors. When thunder roars, go indoors, as they say. Otherwise, rain continues into the early afternoon. That's kind of round 1. Again, not expected to be severe. That will probably move out to the north and give us a window of mostly dry weather from about 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. But during that time period, again, the storms are firing off there in southwest Iowa. Eventually, they're going to track this direction. So it's going to come down to whether or not they can hold together and stay at the strength that they will be when they first develop out to our southwest. Initially, as they move into, say, Keokuk, Iowa, Tama County, maybe Grundy County, that's where you have the highest wind and hail threat. But they should be weakening as they move further off to the east. Now, that's not to say that they could still be strong or maybe pose an isolated severe threat. It's just not going to be as widespread of a threat as you work your way to the east and north. Otherwise, some scattered activity possible into the early overnight hours through about 2 a.m. From there, I think we dry out, and for a lot of Saturday, I actually think we come away dry with partly cloudy skies, especially Saturday morning into the early afternoon. But then, of course, we're expecting that next batch of storms to pop up, probably looking like the late afternoon or early evening. And a lot of the data right now indicates that that should be in our southern counties, but I still think there's a chance anywhere in our viewing area for those storms to develop. And that's where you'd have the very large hail threat and the damaging wind threat, and can't rule out an isolated tornado either. That will continue through Saturday night. In fact, we'll see chances for rain growing Saturday night with pretty heavy rainfall at times, and that's going to linger into Sunday. Then, of course, it comes down to whether or not we can clear that out for Sunday afternoon. If we do, again, maybe some more strong storms there into late Sunday and Sunday evening. As far as the rain chances go, or rain amounts, I should say, still expecting about 1 to 3 inches across eastern Iowa. Locally, higher amounts possible, up to 4. And that's going to give you that chance for flash flooding or street flooding. So remember, turn around, don't drown. I think the best chance to see that heavy rainfall will come Saturday night into Sunday morning. City by city forecast, putting it all together. Look at highs today in the 50s and 60s, and then very warm tomorrow, upper 70s, low 80s with that humidity, giving you the chance for scattered storms popping up in the afternoon. And then the rain continues into Sunday. Highs there about the low to mid 70s. Once we get past that, rain will wrap up on Monday, but then temperatures spike back into the upper 70s on Tuesday. It's another storm threat there late Tuesday into Tuesday night. Right now, not expecting much severe weather, but we'll keep tabs on it. Otherwise, the first few days of May start off warm, but you see temperatures start to go down into the upper 60s there by the end of next week.